Now, here's what we are going after today. The limitations at which you think you can add value, okay? The limitations at which you think you can add value. That's what we're going after. That's what's important. And here's why. Because over the last, 3 months, we've taken on a couple of different clients and we're doing new things that we haven't done before. Okay, doing new things that we haven't done before. Now, some of those things, in my mind, are pretty simple in terms that they're transferable from one sort of doing to another sort of doing. Okay, and I want to just kind of encourage you on a couple of things. Number one, people continue to be surprised at the difference between intrapreneurs and integrators and consultants. Okay, they continue to be surprised. And here's the surprising piece of it, right? It's the creative nature of what entrepreneurs bring. It's the building, it's the creating, it's the implementing, it's the do and be, not just oversee. That's critical. It's critical. Now, if you haven't been with us for a while, let me quickly unpack what that means, okay? Do and be, not just oversee, is really kind of an inversion of how the rest of the world looks at kind of like leading well, right? They see leading as overseeing a team. And somehow by proxy of overseeing that team, you're the wise one that directs those things. And while I don't completely agree nor disagree with that, here's the challenge, is that most, dare I say 95% of business owners, of founders, of visionaries that we work with, they do not want somebody to just oversee a project. That's not interesting to them because they still need people to do it. So many people are used to just kind of like doing this small list of tasks. Oh, I write email copy, or I work on automations, or I handle ops. And there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is that the bleed over, the integration between those functions, especially in a small business, is critical to that business's success. Let's take an online platform, for example. We have an experienced investor, real estate investor that we're working with, and he's created an online community for people who are looking to invest and build their rental or their real estate portfolio. They want to close their first deal. Okay. Now, there's lots and lots and lots of functions that are necessary, but when we're in this early stage, kind of getting to that $1 million mark, the interrelation, the wovenness of the team is so necessary because everybody's close. Organization's very flat. So when you have somebody overseeing, for all intents and purposes, they're disconnected from what it is that's being done. So as entrepreneurs, we come in, we solve a problem, we establish priority, we identify the procedure, the process, and then we establish a product so we can, right? So we can make an impact. So we can partner with the entrepreneurs. And sometimes that looks like writing scripts for an online pitch. Sometimes it means creating offers. But in the creation of those things, we're learning something. We're doing and being. We're becoming greater. Sometimes it's greater understanding. Sometimes it's greater impact. Sometimes it's greater relationships and like culture within the organization. There's a lot of graders. There's a lot of becoming elements to the doing. Okay, we're not just doers, but we're not absolved from the doing. Because what happens, again, remember this, when you have in an organization, when you look at an organization or you experience people's skill sets in an organization, you have 3 levels. Your basic level, they can follow a process. Your advanced level, they can create processes. Or your global level, they understand the inputs and the outputs of processes to create systems. Okay? Intrapreneurs, we're global. We're 3. We're the top of the food chain on that, which means we pioneer something new without a map. You don't have a map when you're building it. You don't know exactly what everything's going to look like, but you do know how to build and communicate and galvanize and task out and delegate, doesn't mean you do everything, as an entrepreneur, so that you can build something, so that you can create an outcome. Because once you have a result, then you can improve upon the result. Make sense? So that's the do and be, not just oversee. You're building momentum, you're building confidence, you're providing contribution while simultaneously pulling and encouraging and galvanizing contribution from the rest of the team. These are the entrepreneurial elements, right, that are always at play. Now, let me just kind of explain. So we're working with some kind of brand leaders on the real estate side. We're working with some brand leaders on the network marketing side, building something brand new, building a certification program, right? It's been a while since we built a certification program, and a certification program looks different in every single way. So with that client, we've got this certification program that we're building, and we've got a coaching offer that we're building, right? A coaching offer, but more importantly, and I guess at a higher level, it's building a sales team, right? So when you have this diversity, like think about those, like building a certification program, building a sales team. They seem very different, don't they? I mean, one is clearly product management, product development, content focused, right? Instructional design in the certification, right? But there's some elements of salesmanship. There's some elements of marketing that's in there. There's some elements of strategy and legal things. There's a lot of elements that go into building a certification program. And conversely, there's a lot of different elements that go into building a sales team, hiring, identifying talent, creating a platform, making sure that you understand technology and how that lead quality flows into the sales team so you can drive revenue. So when you start to ask yourself, an entrepreneur can do what? Well, they can do anything. They can do things that are operational. They can do things that are fulfillment. They can do marketing things. They can do sales things. They can do organizational things. They can do product management and product creation. They can do delivery. They can do culture change, because all those things matter. People are looking for leaders. Entrepreneurs are the leaders they're looking for, because they know how to operate without a map. Everybody else is looking for something to do. Everybody else is looking for someone to tell them what to do. Entrepreneurs are the ones getting it done.